Christy Leskovac here, Advanced Director in Kansas City, and I just wanted to take a minute to share our pineapple wedger. Pineapples are one of those fruits that honestly I love to eat, and I've always loved to eat them, but I've also always disliked getting them ready. So I'm going to just share with you a couple of tips. We have an amazing tool called the pineapple wedger. It's kind of like the apple wedger. It's a great tool. But there's also some tips that I want to share with you as well. So, first thing you want to do, now this pineapple is sitting pretty flat, but I am going to cut the bottom off to make it even more flat, right? A couple of things when you're looking to find what is the best pineapple to get. Is it fresh? Is it too fresh? You want to have some green still on it. You don't want to have it too yellow, but you don't want to have it too green. Too green is not ripe enough. Too yellow can be on the too ripe side, and it won't last, especially if you're getting it and you may not want to cut it up to serve for a day or two. The other tip is just to pull a center leaf out. If you kind of lift up and a leaf releases easily, then you're good to go. If the pineapple moves or picks up, it's not going to be ripe enough. And if you can barely even tug and you don't even hear that pop when the leaf comes out, it's overly ripe, okay? So I'm just gonna take our chef's knife. I'm gonna cut the bottom so we have a nice flat surface. And then I'm gonna also cut the top. Now, a couple things you can do with the top. These can actually be planted. And in about 18 months, you may have a pineapple. I don't ever do that. I have not done that. I'm not patient enough, I don't think. You can also take, it's a great way to garnish. So if you're doing a fun salad or a fruit salad, this is kind of pretty to have in the center, or you can just throw it away. So that's what's gonna happen with mine today. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. When you are using the pineapple wedger, you're gonna line up the core with the core of the wedger. Now, because it is a little tall, you kind of need a little bit of momentum to go. So here's the trick that I like to share. Just cut the pineapple in half. The wider piece to go up, because that's going to line up more with your wedger. You can also take it to a lower surface. Generally countertops are a little bit higher up, so a table would be a little lower, and it gives you more leverage. And the other trick when you're using really our apple wedger too is to use a rocking motion, just a back and forth rocking motion. So right here I'm going to line it up with the core. I'm going to use a back and forth rocking motion, and then I'm going to take my cap, transfer it over to line it up, and what this is going to do is it's going to help, oops, got to get it lined up. It's going to help get it all the way flat, okay? And then just like that, you can pull it up. Just like I always tell people with the apple wedger, you want to pull it, push it down and pull it up, and don't poke your finger through the bottom because the bottom is very sharp. Now, a couple of things with this. Here is the delicious part of the pineapple. You can spend a little bit more in the produce section and get it already cut for you, or you can save money by buying your own. And then you can take the core. A couple things, some people eat the core. It is a little firmer. There are a lot of nutrients in the core. Put it in a baggie. If you do smoothies in the morning, stick it in your smoothie. You're gonna have a lot of flavor here, but you're not gonna have the harder texture. It'll be much more enjoyable to have in a smoothie. The other trick is, if you notice, there's still a lot of fruit right here on that peel. This is a little tool called the close and cut. This is great for taking the green hulls off of the strawberries and leaving your whole strawberry there. This is also great for getting spots off of your potatoes, for coring a tomato. This end you can use for all kinds of things like seeding a cucumber or seeding a tomato. You can even use it for melon balls. What I like to do is when I have some meat still on my peel of my of the skin of my pineapple, is I'll just take and just run it across there, and you can see the fresh crushed pineapple that I'm getting. Now this you can put in smoothies as well, or you can take and just put it in a fruit salad or even on top of a salad. There's a really good salad called Jamaican jerk salad. Uses our Jamaican jerk seasoning, but you can't go wrong with a little bit of fresh pineapple. Put a little fresh pineapple over your ice cream. You can do all kinds of fun things with fresh pineapple. So this is a way to let none of it go bad, okay? So that is our corn more. I also like when I'm doing my vegetables or my fruits that are juicier, pineapple, watermelon, I love using my large cutting board with the juice wells, because these juice wells will hold up to 1/4 cup of liquid. So when you're cutting that watermelon or you have that juicy pineapple, you're not gonna have to worry about the juices going all over your countertop and then even dripping down to the floor. So one more time, we'll finish up this pineapple, line up the hole with the core, use a rocking motion, go to your little lid, push down onto the top and lift up, which prevents your fingers from getting to the blade of the pineapple wedger. And then you've got your core. You can save for a smoothie. I will put these in a Ziploc bag and stick them in my freezer. And then you can take these, you can slice them. Our quick slice is a great tool to make thinner slices. You can cube them or chunk them. So there is your fresh pineapple. I am actually gonna take and slice mine up, and then I'm gonna stick them in my leak-proof container. These are great because they seal so nice. It'll keep fresh fruits and vegetables fresh for a lot longer. So hopefully you found that helpful, and I hope you are staying cool on these warm summer days. All right, thanks.